Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team. Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Daytona with the Major League Sim Racing. I'll tell you what, MLSR, they're going to be putting on a little 4-race shootout here over the next 4 Thursday nights. We're going to start with Daytona, race number 1. That's going to happen tonight. Next week, we're going to go to Talladega. The week afterwards, we're going to go back over to Atlanta, and then we're going to end up back here in 4 weeks' time, back at Daytona once again to finish out this summertime shootout. It's going to be a lot of fun over the next month. We're going to do a little bit of racing. But right now, I'll tell you what, the guys are out there. They are going to do some qualifying. So while they're doing that, again, we're taking a look at this. But also, don't forget, we have the Ideal Family LLC. They are a major sponsor as well. They have Ideal Construction, K9 Training, Pest Management, Auto Detail, and of course, they have some iRacing going on. Right on. I'll tell you what, this is going to be a lot of fun here tonight. We're going to have a full field. We got a lot of cars showing up here tonight. I'll tell you what, we have 30 plus. I'll let you know the numbers exactly once we get everybody all nailed down and qualified. But as of right now, we're looking at 30 plus cars. It's really going to cut into my screen as far as what I'm being able to do and show you. But right now, here's the race information. We are at Daytona International Speedway. The weather is 72 degrees, not too bad. 39% humidity, a little bit of humidity coming off the water. Then we are clear skies overnight. Only 1 mile an hour winds. Now that's nothing for Daytona. We have a 2.5 mile track here at Daytona. 1 mile an hour winds. This should not affect the drivers at all. The draft should be good for these guys out here tonight. Now track temperature is 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's at the same temperature as the air is right now, but I get the feeling that track's going to warm up once we get rubber down onto the track surface. All right, so right now we're going to jump on over. Just again, these guys are out here qualifying right now, and they're just going to try to get some laps down to see who's going to be the fastest. Now, during practice, we'll take a quick look at practice. I'll show you what's going on. Dustin Griffiths is 45.665. He was pretty darn quick. Joseph Essenberg, 45.778. in that 10 machine, and Joshua Sanuk, 45.956. All right, this is the first time I'm going to be broadcasting this league, so I apologize right now because my pronunciation of some names is absolutely terrible. And I want to apologize to the drivers that I may or may not mispronounce your name. All right, so let's see. Look who's doing that during qualifying. We just had a little bit of an accident there. Somebody was qualifying. It looked like Chris Etchepair had a little bit of trouble. But as of right now, it appears that Tanner Edson is on the leaderboard as far as the fastest car on the track in qualifying. So, again, we're still getting this thing nailed down, getting everyone all squared away. So, okay, so what we're going to have, you're going to have your ticker up over top, across the top of your screen. That's where your ticker is going to be. Now, I like to put up the track map. That'll be up in your upper right-hand corner, so that all your car numbers will be up there in the track map. You'll be able to follow your favorite driver going around the track. As you can see, the 88 right now is driving around onto the backstretch. All right, so the other thing that I have is wherever I'm looking, you will see their car down in the lower left-hand corner. Right now, I'm looking at the 88 or the 8 of Jason Thomas. No, he's in 8th position. Okay, so we're just going to adjust that. So I want to know, make sure I get the right car number here. Grayson Greaves, okay, in the 34. All right, so we got that all working. So we're just waiting for these guys to get done their qualifying runs. Right now, it looks like Tanner Ensign is on top of the leaderboard in that 29 machine. Taking a quick look, there's his car there. We'll be looking for that blue and white machine of number 29 of Tanner Ensign. I'm assuming he's going to be on top. He's going to have the pole, but they're still qualifying out there. We still have a few guys out there trying to qualify, trying to get some laps in. There's Ethan Thomas. Then we have Russell Markinack. Steve Shannon is out there tonight. Kyler Adams is out there trying to get some time down. Dustin Griffiths, he's out there trying to get some more lap times down. Michael Sprague, he's out there as well. So, yeah, these guys are all trying to get their lap times down. There's Jordan White, Whiplash Simcams, Pit Stop TV. Don't forget, that's right too, we have Whiplash Simcams as one of our major sponsors here. So they definitely take care of us as far as giving us some really good camera angles. And Pit Stop TV, they do a real good show for one of our other broadcasts. A lot of these drivers know who that is. All right, so we're going to keep on looking around, just kind of get an idea of who's going to be on the track. We're just waiting for them to get done the qualifying. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back. We'll get this thing underway directly. All right, we just finishing up the little bit of qualifying left to do. I'll tell you what, these guys tonight are going to run with only 4 sets of tires. They have 1 set on the car. They have 3 sets of tires in the pits. They have 1 fast repair. So if they can get into an accident, but they only have 1 fast repair. If they get into multiple accidents, they're going to have to get their mechanics to fix it on pit lane, and they're going to have to wait patiently for them to beat the fenders out, get the car running back properly. So hopefully they don't need it, but it is Daytona. There's always a chance of a big one. But all the guys have one fast repair to fall back on. Now we're running at 70% fuel, which should give us somewhere around 28 laps. That's what we're kind of counting on. So we're looking at 28 laps of fuel. The guys are going to have to come in when they get to lap 28. Unless, of course, there's a caution, then they will have to try to do whatever they can do. Because it'll get confusing after that. All right, so they're almost done their qualifying. I've been just patiently waiting. We still have the 72. Joe Conan, he's still out there. You see that transition? You see the car lift off the ground when he pulled down onto the apron? That transition is just crazy. Okay, Craig Patterson in the 48. He's just tried to get a qualifying in. He's back into the pits. So they're just doing a little bit of a driver's meeting right now, having a little bit of a chat. So we're going to go over to YouTube. MNO66 Racing. It's race night in America. Athos. Boogity boogity, let's go racing. MNO66 Racing. Oh yeah, bro. We're definitely racing. We're showing 24 cars, but I've got a lot more than that in the field right now. So we only have 24 cars that went out and qualified by the looks of things. But I'm looking at probably 35 cars, something in that range. We'll have to wait and see. So we've got definitely a full racetrack of cars here tonight. So, all right, we're going to go back out. We're going to take a look and see if I can get some good static camera angles. We're still waiting for these guys to start gridding. So once they start gridding, then we'll be able to get a better look and see what's going on. So again, once again, there's our track info. We're waiting for the grid to happen. Okay, there's a qualify. We just brought up our qualifiers. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are all going to get into line here now. There we go. Let's see if I can get a good camera angle from the TV tower. Not able to get that at this moment in time. Trying to get a better angle of that. See if I can get a good view. Okay, the guys are starting to grid now. Okay, let's go through the grid. All right, so what we have on the P1, Dustin Griffiths, Michael Sprague in second. P3, Tanner Ensign. P4, Greg Todd. Then we have P5, Mike Eldridge and Grayson Greaves, P6. Row 4, we have Elijah Malpin, Jordan White. Row 5, we have Justin Bell, Ethan Thompson. Row 6, we have Adam Ramsey, Matthew Taylor. Row 7, we have James Beard, Jason Thomas. Row 8, John Kisner and Chris Etcheper. Row 9, Stephen Shannon, Kyler Adams. Row 10, Russell Marcinak, Zachary Wilson. Row 11, Joseph Essenberg, Shane Hatfield. Row 12, Sharif Walker, Corey Powell. Row 13, Zach Domer, David Allen. Row 14, Michael Patrick, Joshua Senuk. Row 15, Chucky Allen and Art Millen. Well, actually, I'm not racing tonight, guys, so I'm not there. Row 16, Joe Cohen, Mike McCoy. Row 17, Bison Roop, Craig Patterson. Row 18, Scott Rush. All right, so that is our field for tonight. So again, right on the very front Your pole position is the number 4, Dustin Griffiths, but he's actually showing as the number 82. Unfortunately, we have a few guys here that the numbers don't match up with their cars. Anything to make my life a little harder. Thank you very much, guys. All right, so there's the 82. He's number 4 on your ticker, but he is in the 82, Dustin Griffiths, and he is your pole sitter tonight. The 11 is on the outside, Michael Sprague. He's going to see if he can get something done with this thing tonight. They're following the pace car. So we're going to bring up our track maps again. Bring that back up. Know where we are on the track. We're going to go down around the corner. They're coming around turn 3. Taking a good look. Turns 3 and 4. There they all are. They look really good. We do have a full field here tonight. All right, the pace car is going to pull off here this time by. Then we'll up to Barney in the flag stand. You can see them in the distance coming along. Barney has the green flag in hand. Pace car is pulling off. They are at the restart zone. The boys are putting their foot into it. And here we go. We're going to go racing. Barney's waving the flag, and we're gone. Dustin Griffith is on the run. He is taking off. Right there, he has, I believe, Tanner Ensign right behind him, but we're going to go back, take a look. There we go. There's the 29 right there, Tanner Ensign. He's got to give him a push or down the track. All right, so we're going to go back out a little bit wider angle. Here we go. They're really pushing on the inside line there right off the get-go. We have 3 cars on the outside. All right, Dustin Griffiths, he dropped out. He dropped down the apron. He's dropping fast. Back up to the front, we have Chris Etcheper and Greg Todd. These guys are going at it really side-by-side action. Everyone's piling up behind them. They're all trying to see if they can get up to the front. We're settling in, starting to. Here we go, past the flag stand. Once again, we're going to get this thing underway. Man, once they get settled in, they'll be all right. But right now, they are all pushing for position. The 99, Chris Etcheper, he's on the low side. The 324, Greg Todd, he's on the upside. But Grayson Greaves in the 34, he is right there pushing on the back end of Chris Etcheper. And the 83 is right there pushing as well, Jordan White. The Jordan White, I've seen him racing a few times, a couple of different leagues, man. I'll tell you what, that man can drive a car. I'll tell you what, he is a good driver. Coming from the island of Jamaica, Jordan White, he is up in second place, pushing Grayson Greaves right now. All right, lap 3 out of 80. Here we go, they're dropping down to the low side. Looks like Jordan White is going to follow the 34 wherever he goes. He has the 99 right on his back door. That's Chris Etcheper. Man, these guys are real. Oh, we got a wreck. We got a wreck. Oh, could be bad. Could be bad. Oh, no. Oh, no. The field's all switching up. Oh, no. Oh, man. There's cars everywhere. All right, we're going to go back. Going to take a quick look, see what happened. Going to start with Chris Etcheper. See if I can get a better look in that angle. See if I can get a... It had a good shot there for a second. Let's see if I get this angle right about here. Looks like he came up a little bit into the 29. The 29 bounced off the wall. Chris went around... He caught the 324 and the 11. Man, I'll tell you what, then everything all broke loose. There were cars everywhere. Everybody's trying to squeak on through, but they're just not doing it. It's just not happening. Man, I'll tell you what. This was a bad one. All right, Justin Bell crashed. Take a quick look at him. Justin Bell in the 8. There's the 29. There's the 8, Justin Bell. He slid right across and straight into the wall. That didn't help him at all. Zachary Wilson, let's take a look and see what he did. Zachary Wilson in the 59. There he is, the Sharpie car. He kept it off the wall, but he's not too bad. Michael Sprague, let's take a look, see what happened to Michael Sprague. Michael Sprague in the 11. He was just doing 360s. Man, oh man, he's got to be busy after that. He was spinning and spinning and spinning. He was going for a ride. All right, Tanner Ensign. Tanner Ensign's ride, he was in the 29. I'll tell you what, he flew across there. But he was not too terribly bad. A lot of guys going in the pits. Greg Todd. Greg Todd in the 324. He just kind of hit the wall and backed down the wall. That's him right there. Then we had Steve Shannon. Steve Shannon, he was in the 6. He was able to stay a little bit away from everything. Got a little bit of that 88 when he slid back across the front of him. Jason Thomas. Jason Thomas, he is in the 88. Man, that In-N-Out Burger had a rough time. He was in and out of trouble all throughout that. Man. Then Mike McCoy. He's there in the 13. He's doing some 360s in that green machine. Got the Lucky Leprechaun. I'll tell you what, the Lucky Leprechaun was like the lunch right there. Man, oh man, oh man. Okay, so we're going to go back up to live racing. We're going to go back up with our leader. Okay, Grayson Greaves is our leader. We have Jordan White. He is in second. Man, I'll tell you, that was a heck of a hit. We got the end of the line, Dustin Griffiths in the 82. He's going to the end of the longest line right now. A bunch of guys are out. Tanner Ensign is in the pits. Greg Todd is in the pits. A few guys are out to come out. Everybody else is looking okay. Scott Rush, I don't see his car on the track. Dustin Griffiths, where is Dustin at? Dustin is, where are you at, Dustin? There you are, right there in the 72. You're not, no, you're in the 4. Okay, so, yeah, you're in the 82. You were, yes, you were the 4 on the ticker board. That's right, too. Okay. Again, anything to make my life a little bit more confusing. So here we go. The pace car is right in front of your leader. So take a quick look. The lights are off on the pace car. They're going in turns 1 and 2 right now. So a bunch of cars are trying to catch up with the pack, trying to get onto the lead lap, stay on the lead lap. I don't think anyone went down on the laps. We'll take a quick look at our full ticker board here on the side. We're still under caution. So right now, top 20 cars are all in the lead, on the lead lap. Top 30 cars are all on the lead lap. And so Griffiths is 2 laps down. So that's the only one that's 2 laps down right now, Griffiths. Okay, so let's go up and take a look at these guys. Man, I'll tell you what. They're coming into turn 3 now. They're all looking pretty good. They're all pretty much in line. Ready to get this thing underway. Keep that going. We're going to keep his head down. Coming into turns 3 and 4. Yes, okay. They're all looking pretty good right there. Got a couple cars strangling, trying to catch up to the pack. They're doing a good job at it. On turn 4. Okay. Pace car's pulled off. Barney's got the flag in hand. Got the restart zone. Grayson Greaves is out in front. Let's see if he can make something happen. Away he goes. He's gone. He's going to jump way out the front. He's going to go high right now. Going to try to stay up high. He's going to jump in front of Jourdain White once again. He knows if he can run with Jourdain, he'd be all set. There's that 9 machine, Matthew Taylor. He's on the inside along with 66 of Elijah Mopin. They are trying to see if they can get something going on the inside line. Meanwhile, Jourdain White is up front pushing Grayson Greaves. They're dropping down to the inside line, right in front of the 9. So they're going to see if they can get something going. All right, while we got everybody looking pretty good, let's go through the field, take a look at some paint jobs. Why do they still have paint jobs on their car? Because this could get interesting here, folks. All right, so there is, see if I can get a good shot of this 34 machine. He's got pivots on the side of it. Good looking car. Then you have Matthew Taylor on the outside, Dubby. Sorry, that's Matthew Taylor in the 83. No, sorry, that's Jourdain White. Okay, Jourdain White is in the 83. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong one because the 9 keeps jumping there. He's trying to get up there as well. That's the W machine. Then we have Zach Dormer. He's in the 14. Looking pretty good. Sharif Walker in the 16. He's driving that Callaway car, it looks like. Elijah Mopin, he's in the 66. You always see Elijah in the 66 car, no matter where he's racing. All right, they're getting a little sneaky up front. Mike Eldridge, he is in the 90. Mallard, good-looking car there. Joseph Essenberg, he's up there in the 10. HendrickCars.com. Then we have Joe Conan. He's driving the 72 Budweiser car. Then we have Shane Hatfield. I haven't seen that name for a while. In the 15 Coca-Cola car. Then we have Ethan Thomas. He's up there in the 98 Droneworks. Then we have Bryson Roop. He is in the 2 car. Just trying to take a look. There he is right there. Well, there we go. Then we have Joshua Sanuk. He's in the 91. Team Condi, I guess. Chucky Allen, 36. Good looking car, the Ideal family. He's one of the Ideal family. Scott Kisser, he's in the 52, Bobo 1. Chris Etchepair, he's back there in the 99, Tootsies. Tyler Adams, he is in the 121 car, Mobile 1. Corey Powell, 92 car. Then we have David Allen. He is in that 31 car. Again, another one of the Ideal family. Craig Patterson in the 48, Lowe's. Mike McCoy in the 13. That's the Lucky Charms car. I'll call that the Lucky Charms car. Then we have Michael Sprague. He's in the 11 car back here, trying to play catch up. He's in the print rig. Then we have Tanner Ensign in the 29. Then we have the 81, Michael Patrick. Then we have Jason Thomas in the 88, in Burger. Greg Todd in the 324. Then we have James Beard in the 25. Nitro car. Dustin Griffiths, he's in the 4, which is actually the 82 car. Justin Bell, he's in the 8. I don't see him on the track, though, at this moment in time. Okay, so that's pretty much everybody. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. They're going through the pack. But right now, Elijah Mopin has jumped to the front of this thing. He has the 34 Grayson Greaves right on his back bumper. The 9, Matthew Taylor, that W machine, he's right there on the outside trying to see if he can get something happening. But so far, right now, it's now Elijah Mopin with the 66. He has jumped out into the front. He is going to see if he can lead this thing for a few laps. Lap 12 out of 80. These guys are going to run some laps down. Now, we're going to go back to the pack a little bit further back. Bryson Root is trying to bring this other pack up to the catch up with the front pack. He's trying to see if he can do something with it. Then we go back to the 25th place of Michael Sprague. He's got 3 cars in his group. He's going to try to get going. So I'll tell you what, back up Elijah Mopin though. Elijah is running away from everyone else, trying to stay out in the lead. He's doing a real good job of it. He's got a pack of, what's he have with him? He's got, oh my goodness, he's got 16 cars in that front pack. Excuse me. He's got the 34 Grayson Greaves right on his back bumper. Grayson Greaves is going to try to see if he can give him a good shove up to the front. Take a look at his roof cam. He's right there in the back end, Elijah Mopin, but the caution has come out. Why did the caution come out? It looked like Sean Kinzer has crashed. Let's take a look, see if I can get a good look at this. I'm going to back it up just a hair. Okay, hold it there. See if I can get a better angle. Back it up a little bit more. All right. So we're looking at the 52. He's down, coming around the corner. They're going to go 3 wide right above him. He got down on the apron. You see the spark? The 92 got clipped by Adams. He came down into the side of the 52. Oh, the 31 got tied up into it. The 92 got tied up into it. Everybody is just reeling here. 52 and the 31, they're taking the brunt of this thing. Man, I'll tell you what. Let's go take a look at David Allen. Take a look at his angle. David Allen, this is after the crash, actually. Yes, that's him. He just got messed up. His front wheel's locked. He's in bad shape. Joe Conan crashed. Let's take a look at what happened to Joe in the 72. I don't know if he crashed or if he just came down on the apron and parked it. Oh no, we hit the transition on the apron. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, the transition on the apron in this corner is really bad. If you catch it the wrong way, that will flip your car around in a circle. Man, he caught that the wrong way. All right, so we're going to go back up the live. We're going to go back up to Elijah Mopin. He is up there. I'll tell you what, these guys are seeing what they can do. They're going to try to push the limit. We got a lot of guys in the pits right now. Jordan White's in the pits. A lot of these guys are coming in. A lot of guys are going out. So we have a few guys in. There's the 81. He's coming back out. Bryson Roop, he's there. He's got to come back out. Craig Patterson, he's in the 48. Mike McCoy, he's in there. Tanner Ensign, he's in there getting some work done. All right, back up to Elijah Mopin. He's back up in the front of this thing. They're all looking pretty good going down the back straightaway. You get a few cars coming out of the pits. They're all going to try to catch up with the pack, get themselves squared away where they're supposed to be. They're running single file for the most part right now. The lights are still on the pace car. So we got at least one more lap to go around. The 11 and the 88. 324 and the 29, they're still in the pit. Sean Kinzer, he just came into the pits in the 52, so he just came in as well. So these guys are still getting some service done. Hopefully they're not going to be too long, because the 66 of Elijah Mopin, he is coming up towards the flag stand right now. So these guys want to get out of the pits before the pit lane closes. Michael Sprague in the 11, he's on his way out. The 88, Jason Thomas, he's on his way out. The 324 is on his way out. John Kinzer is the only one left in the pits. So he's still in the pit lane. Still getting a little bit of work done. See if I can get a good look at him. There he is there. Looks like he's got a little bit of smoke coming out from underneath the hood. So he should be in there getting some repairs done. But he's going to have to be ready to go. Hopefully, get this thing underway again. All right, so bring up our race recap so far. We have 16 laps out of 80. The leader is Elijah Mopin. We've had 2 cautions for 6 laps and 4 lead changes. So that's the way it stands right now. I'll tell you what, for 35 cars, 34 cars, because I am not racing, and it looks like Scott Rush has dropped out of the race, or did a starting park. So for 33 cars on the track, actually 32, because it looks like Stephen Shannon has dropped out of the race as well. I don't see him in the 6 car any longer. So we're going to go back up. Elijah Mopin is going to try to get this thing going. We're going into turn 3. The lights are off on the pace car, so we are going to be going racing this time by. They're all looking pretty good. Here we go. Coming around the turn. Keep your head down, Mr. Gopher. Bunch of cars rolling by. Going into turn 4. You're going to watch the pace car. He's going to pull off this time by. We're going to go back up with Barney in the flag stand. Pace car is off. Up to Barney in the flag stand. Get the green flag in hand. Elijah Mopin's going to try to bring him down. We're going to get this thing underway. Once again, flags waving. Here we go. Elijah Mopin and Zach Donner in the 14 on the outside. Going to see if he can get something going. Right there, he has the 12, Russell Markinac, giving a good push to the back end of that 66 machine. Trying to get it done. I'm just noticing, Elijah, when you painted your car, I know you put the 66 on your car, but it looks like a 99 on your roof. You get that upside down, my friend. Whatever, it's all good. It's all good. Just something you do when you get into trading pace next time you're painting your car up. All right, so the 14. Another one of these guys trying to mess me up and calling their numbers. You suppose? All right, Elijah Mopin, he's out in front. Russell Markinac is in second place in the 12. Joshua Sanook, he is in the 91 in third. Then we have Matthew Taylor in the 9 in fourth, and Zach Donner is in the 14 in fifth position. But that's all subject to change, folks, because these guys are really pushing. The 14 is pushing the 91. They're just getting a little squirrely up there. Man, I'll tell you what, this could get seriously bad real quick. Guys are swapping out, trying to find the right drafting partner, trying to get around the corner, going around turn 3. They're all looking for the best partner to draft with. Here we go. Look at that. 84, I believe it is, coming up through the center of the pack. He's actually the 4. There he is. Yes, it is. It's the 4. It's the 82 on the car, but the 4 on your ticker. He is coming back up through the middle of the pack by himself. He just has a car dropped in behind him, but right now, that 82 machine, there you go. He just pulled back out in the upper lane. Thought better of it, so we're going to go back out and take a look. Wow. He was up there just running along. Well, here we go. Here we go. It's coming in. Man, here we go. These guys are all getting in bad shape here. The 98. Man, Ethan Thompson. He was taking the brunt of that, I do believe. We're going to try to follow along with him. He is in the 98 machine. Greaves came up. There's the 34. Ethan Thomas in the 98. So it started with the 34. So we're going to back this up a little bit. We're going to take a little bit better look at this. We're going to see if we can jump into the 34 car and get a good look and see what happened to him. Okay. So change the camera angle. That's Grayson Greaves in the 34. Okay, so let's slow it down to quarter speed. He's going to go by the camera. Going to follow in behind him. Looks like Griffiths came down, got into the side of Greaves. Got him a little loose. Griffiths went back up, got into Conan. That was all it took to get the 34 fed around. Then he got down into the 98. that's all it took for these two guys to get bent out of shape. Everybody else trying to dodge them, go around them, trying to stay out of the way. Man, I'll tell you what, everyone else kind of got back in line. It was really the two that really had the major difficulty there. All right, we're going to go back up to the front of the pack. We're going to go back up to live racing. Now, as it stands right now, it looks like, okay, well, Joshua Sanook was in the lead, but he's actually coming into pits. Everyone's coming into the pits here now. All along with the 91. That's Joshua Sanook. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. I apologize if I'm wrong. Right along with that 91, and away he goes. All right. So who else can we take a look at? Why we got? There's Adam Ramsey. Let's take a look at Adam Ramsey's machine. He missed the pits. He had to back up just a little bit. He's up on the outside, getting outside tires on. He's going to take inside tires as well. Full tank of Sunoco fuel. Then he's going to be back out onto the track. Here we go. That's a good looking Bote? B-O-T-E? Bote? I'll tell you what, it's a Toyota Camry. That's a good looking Toyota Camry. How's that sound? The 97 of Adam Ramsey. He's right there in 19th position right now, but he's going to try to work his way back up. Jordan White, I'll tell you what, he is right there. He's in second place right now. You got to keep an eye out for this guy. I'll tell you what, this man can drive a car. He's a good wheel man. He can get this done. Corey Powell in the 92, he is your leader at this moment in time in that Mustang. No real sponsorship on that. That's just an all blacked out Mustang, good looking car. So take a look from Jordan White. Take a look from his roof cam. Just kind of taking a look and see what he can see. Take a look out his back door though. He has that Callaway car, that Toyota Camry of Sharif Walker, the number 16. He's kind of taking a look to see what he's going to get happening. Meanwhile, back out in front, we're going to get back up side by side. Go up and take a look from Barney in the flag stand. You can see these guys coming around the track. He's got the yellow flag in hand, just waiting for them to come around the track. We have Grayson Greaves. He's pulling into the pits right now. Tanner Ensign is just coming out of the pits. These guys are all trying to get back in line. Excuse me, Ethan Thomas is coming in the pits as well. Take a quick look at Ethan Thomas. Back to Jordan White. Okay. Sorry, folks. Get a little bit of a cough and tickle in my throat. And Jordan White. He's not the new leader. He's actually in second place. I believe Corey Powell is the leader. So we are on lap 22 out of 80. 3 laps for 9. 3 cautions for 9 laps. How's that sound? That sounds better. Lead changes for 4 of them. All right. So we're going down the back straightaway. Let's take a quick look down the back straightaway. Everyone's looked like they're getting back in line the way they should be. We get a few stragglers, the 3, 2, 4, the 11, the 29. They're all trying to play catch up, get up to the back of the pack. Going into turn 3. Everyone's looking pretty good. Go and check the gopher cam. Keep your head down, Mr. Gopher. These cars are going to rumble on past you. Duck! Duck! Quack, quack, duck! Okay. Turns 3 and 4 coming around. We're going to get ready to go racing here, guys. All right, we're going to go back up with Barney in the flag stand. Pace car's going to be pulling off. All right, we got Blair Racing. Big crash. Do these guys get fast repairs? Yes, Blair Racing, they get 1 fast repair. That's what they get. All right, so Soul 3S5 Ginger, number 10 with a checkered flag. We're going to get back to this because we're back to racing once again, folks. Here we go. Jordan White is going to jump out in the front. I'll tell you what, watch out for this wheel, man. He is a good wheeler. He will get it done. Meanwhile, Corey Powell's on the inside. He's trying to hold him off, but he is slipping. The 1-2-1 is there trying to push Jordan White's 83 car up to the front. Meanwhile, the 16, Sheriff is up there trying to get this 92 Corey Powell up to the front. They're fighting back and forth, trying to get up there. Everyone trying to pick a lane, trying to find a good drafting partner, trying to get it done. Jordan White going to go on the low side. He's going to try to stick to the low end. He's got nobody to draft with. Okay, the 1-2-1, he's coming back down. Kyler Adams gets back down in behind Jordan White. He's going to try to give them the drafting help that he desperately needs. Lap 23 out of 80. Coming across the stripe, we're down to lap 24. All right, so here we go. These guys are doing a good job. Oh, the 1-2-1 took a high side. He went up high like he was going to go around. Jordan White jumps out in front of the 14 on the high side. He's going to try to get drafting help with the Coca-Cola machine. So I believe that's Shane Hatfield. Man, these guys are just trying to figure out what lane is going to work the best for them as they get around this track. There's the 14 trying to look low on the inside of the 83. That's Zach Donner. Let's take a look up onto his roof cam. Let's see what he can see. He's looking at the back end of that 83 Jordan White machine. I'll tell you what, he's looking. Should he go high? Should he go low? I mean, you know, he got all these guys right there behind him. He has Coca-Cola machine right behind him. Everyone's trying to get something happening. They can't quite get it done. Man, but right now they're all in pretty much straight a line, except for Sharif Walker. Not Sheriff, I would think it would be Sharif. He is out there on the outside. There's a 2 trying to come up right in between everyone. Whoa, here we go. Here we go. Looks like Adam Ramsey and, well, who else got into it? Man, we got a few guys. Adam Ramsey crashed. That brought out the caution once again. Here we go. We're going to go down to quarter speed. Jason Thomas, Adam Ramsey, they get involved in it. Let's see if we can see what happened to them. Looks like the 36 and the 88 got involved, and Adam Ramsey was just the low man on the totem pole. He was on the inside, and he had nowhere to go. They just ran into the side of him. Don't know if he got a lot of damage on that, but we'll have to take a look. There we go. He's coming around. The 88 and the 36, they are still. Oh, he caught Adam Ramsey once again. Got him in the back quarter panel. Put him up onto the track, into the corner. Man, I'll tell you what. That's the wrong place at the wrong time for Adam Ramsey in the 97. Man, oh man. I'll tell you what. All right, so Corey Powell has crashed. Let's take a look and see what happened to Corey Powell. He is there in that 92, right along with him. This is after the caution flag came out. He went down onto the apron, but he crashed and went down the apron too fast. The 91 got into him when he slid back up the track. Again, if you go on the corner and if you transition from the track to the apron, I'll tell you what, I've walked this track. I know what this track looks like. I've actually been there in person. That is like climbing a mountain, my friend. When you go from the apron, which is perfectly flat, and you look up the side of that, it's like looking up a 2-story building. Just like looking up the side of it. It's an amazing transition. So as you can see, as soon as he went down on the apron, but he caught the front quarter panel up onto the track again, that's all it takes. It's just like hitting a brick wall, and it'll spin that car right around in a circle. All right, so we're back up to live racing once again. Jordan White is right there. We've got a lot of guys coming into the pits, in and out of the pits, trying to figure out their pit strategy. Here comes Jordan White. He's just driving down low. Back out onto the track. He's just kind of taking a look. He does not want to come up in that apron too fast. He'll spin the car out. Just kind of riding along the bottom. You can see the scraping though, just riding along, just the transition. Most of the car up on the bank, and the front fender is, or the front spoiler is on the flat part, and you can see it just scraping, just dragging across the ground. Man, I'll tell you what. All right, let's go back out. See Atas. Let's talk about the 66 Dodge and all of that. HE25 says one fast repair. Juice Boxed. Go 59. 59 Wilson. A583 said there's only 189 days till Christmas. Lunatic Pariah 52 did not finish. And Shelton Ponderay, let's support the Mallard number 90 car and driver. All right, I hope I got everyone's proper pronunciation on their names and handles in YouTube as well. Pronunciation is not necessarily my strong suit. But anyway, all right, Jordan White, he is back up the front. Shane Hatfield in second in the 15 machine. Tyler Adams in third. Bryson Roop is in fourth. Mike McCoy Sr. in the 13 machine. He is in a fifth place right now. Excuse me. Man, I'll tell you what. The lights are going to go off on the pace car. They got one more time around this track. A whole bunch of cars just left pit lane. They're all going to try to catch up to the back of the pack. Now, as it stands right now, I'm just kind of going through the pack and kind of seeing where everyone's at. But I would have to say that somewhere around 25, 26, I believe. Well, I have to take a look. I'm just looking at, actually, back the lap, car number 30, Dustin Grivets. He looks like he's the first car a lap down in that 4, which is actually the 82 on your screen. So yes, the 4 on your screen. Oh, he's actually out. Kaiser is out. Bell is out. Gannon is out. Millen, well, that's me. I'm out. I've been out there for a long time. And Rush is out. Okay. So right now, Shane Hatfield, he is at the front of this thing. He's going to run this thing down. We're going to go into turn 3. Looking at them coming in. Here we go. Look, duck your head, Gopher. All these cars are going to come cycling past. They're all looking pretty good right now. Few of them got some dings and dents on them. Obviously, they did not go in for a fast repair. We got everyone looking pretty good. We still have at least 29 cars on the track as we speak. All right, so pace car is going to pull off. We're going to go back up to Barney in the flag stand. There goes the pace car. Barney, get that green flag ready. Here we go. Jordan White and Shane Hatfield, they want to get going. Jordan White's going to jump out to the front. We have Shane Hatfield on the outside. He's going to see if he can do something. He didn't. He fell in behind Jordan White in that Coca-Cola machine. All right, so then we have Tyler Adams. He's right there. And then we have Bryce Roop. He is falling in the group as well. They're all doing a straight line run. And then we have the 13, and then we have the 9. They're all getting into single file racing right now, although we do have the 2 machine. The 2 machine's coming up on the outside of the 121, Tyler Adams. He's going to take a look at it. But when he went out there, he went out by himself. That gave room for the 13 machine of Mike McCoy. He's got to come up and take the spot. So that's going to lead the 2, Bryson Root. He is way out there, and he is dropping like a rock all by himself in the outside. He was hoping somebody was going to come up. There we have the purple machine coming up behind him. Going to take a quick look, seeing who that is. That's the 99. 99's coming up. That's Chris Hetzepair. Chris Hetzepair is going to come up behind. He's thought better of it. Now we have the 11, Sprague. He came up behind. They're going to get a little bit of a line going on the outside. Let's see if they can make something happen. Jordan White is still leading this thing. They're still running the 6 cars in single file at the front of the pack. But man, I'll tell you what, if they can get that outside lane going back there, they're back there quite a little ways. Excuse me. But if they can get that thing going, they should be all right. They're pretty thick back there, farther back. Yeah, I'll tell you. They're all looking good, though. They're all looking pretty decent right now. Let's take a look. There's the roll bar. That is Chris Etcheper. Now, if you take a look out his back window, though, you can see them all right there. The 72 is trying to lead that outside line. Chris Etcheper is jumping between the inside and the outside, trying to figure out where he wants to go. All right, so here we go. They're all trying to bounce around a little bit. Everyone's trying to stay out of everybody else's way. They do not want to get into another wreck. However, that 72 and the 2 is pushing hard to get back up to the front. And remember, he was up in the front earlier. So he's now trying to get into the pack, trying to get in there and run on the outside line to get back up to the front of this thing. Meanwhile, up at the front, Shane Hatfield is right on the back bumper. Of Jordan White. But we also have a lap car up in front of Jordan White. Oh, we have a crash. Crash going on the back. Good Conan. Bill Conan got into it in the 72. Here we go. Let's take a look, see what happened. Joe Conan. Let's take a good look, see if I can catch up to his car. There we go, right there. There's a good angle right there. We're going to go along quarter speed. He came down a little bit. I think Roop might have came up a little bit and got into the side of him, put him into the wall. Both cars going into the wall. Roop went around in front of him. Conan had nowhere to go. Then the 59 got into the side of another guy. Man, I'll tell you what. Take a look. Oh, we got hit a second time. Wow, that 72 is looking battered and bruised right now. All right, Mike McCoy, he got involved in something. Let's take a look. Mike McCoy's in the 13. He's in that green machine, the Lucky Leprechaun machine, I'm calling it. He has the 98 coming up on his back end. The 98 got into the back end, gave him a little bit of tap, and that was all it took. Spun him around into the infield. He's going for a spin. You can see a big dent in his front bumper. He was already into the back of somebody before. But here he goes. He's going down, and he's going to smack that wall. Bam! Oh, man, that's a hard hit. That's a hard hit for Mike. Mike hit that really hard. And Joe Conan, he had a secondary hit, I do believe. No, he's just trying to get that thing back to the pits. You can see the front wheel is locked solid on that. So he's got major front end damage. Then on the passenger side, you got no front fender. It's all scuffed up really bad. He's in bad shape. He had to actually tow to the pits. All right, got to go back out to the live. Jordan White is back up at the front of this thing, still leading it. Shane Hatfield still in second place. Here comes Jordan White. He's going to come into the pits. A lot of guys got to come in with him. A few guys are staying out. Tyler Adams is staying out. Ethan Thomas is staying out. Elijah Mopin staying out. But we're going to follow along with Jordan White. Jordan White, let's see what he's going to do. He's going to come into his pits. He's sliding the rear wheels. Going a little bit fast. He had to back up. That'll cost him a moment or two. He's got to take tires on the outside. And he'd be taking tires on the inside as well. Full tank of Sunoco fuel. Jordan White will be back out onto the track. There he goes. Meanwhile, these guys all stayed out. They did not pit. So we have a bunch of guys up front right now. Kyler Adams, Ethan Thomas, Elijah Mopin, Joshua Sanook, Russell Markinak, Michael Patrick, Joseph Essenberg, Chris Etcheper, Sean Hatfield, and Mike Eldridge. They are your top 10 guys right now, while these other guys are all cycling through pit stops. So yes, these guys are trying to see what they can do up at the front of the pack. Now that everybody else that was hogging the front has gone into the pits, these guys are going to try to stay out for a while and see what they can do with it. So pit strategy, though, it's basically out the window, folks. Okay, Kyler Adams, he's on 19 laps. Again, you can run about 28 laps. So that 121 machine, Kyler Adams, he'll have to come in probably in about 10 laps to get a tank of fuel, possibly tires. Now, I'm wondering, he's just kind of hoping that there's going to be another caution. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But he's running the most laps. The closest one to him would be Mopin. And he's got 13 laps. And Hatfield has 13 laps down in 12th place. Shane Hatfield in the 15 car. So we're going to have to watch and see how the strategy is going to play out. It could get interesting. So right now, we're riding along with Kyler Adams, following the pace car. He's got everybody piling up behind him. Right now, he's got that cat scratch Mustang coming up behind him. That's Elijah Mopin. Excuse me. We've got this thing happening. These guys are going to make for an interesting restart, I would think. There's that 98, Ethan Thompson. Haven't seen a whole lot of that drone works. I think he was involved in an accident earlier on. Not 100% sure, but I think I saw that car going sideways earlier. So, all right, these guys are all looking pretty good. Starting to get back in the line where they're supposed to be. Take a look on the back straightaway. We got a few cars coming up behind. We still have Joe Conan. He is still in the pits. He's been in the pits for quite a while. I don't think he's coming back out. He's right there, but he had a lot of serious damage to that car. So, all right, Kyler Adams, he is up in the front of this thing. Going into turn 3. Everyone's looking pretty good right now, I would have to say. We've got 28 cars on the track. So we're still doing pretty good. We started with 34, 33, 34, so we're still doing fairly good. But I'll tell you what, as these laps get down a little bit, it's going to wear and tear on these guys quite badly. All right, pace car is going to be pulling off here anytime soon. Bernie's got the flag in hand. They're coming up to the restart zone. Kyler Adams and Ethan Thompson, let's see what they're going to be able to do with this thing. They both got their foot into the floor. Bernie waves the flag. Here we go. We're racing. But we have the Ethan Thompson machine out in front, followed by the 91, Joshua Sanook. Meanwhile, the 121, Kyler Adams, now he's jumping back up into second place, right on the back door of Ethan Thompson. These guys are all trying to see if they can get going. They got 3 wide back here. They're seriously looking. I'm just waiting. This is going to get sketchy here, guys. See Jordan White, he's back there in the mix. These guys are all fighting for position. There's Jordan White. He's got to come right up the middle. He did a good job threading the needle there. He's back up in the front. And there we have a few cars jumping out. Jordan White's going to drop down the inside. We still running 3 wide back here. These guys, there's the 15. There's the 9. 81 went up into the wall. He's hit the wall. Okay, the 92 got hit. They managed to hang on to it. Good driving, boys. Good on you. And there's the 2. The 2's going to go. That's it. The 2 and the 81, the 48, they're all into it right there now. Caution is out once again. Craig Patterson, Michael Patrick, these guys are having a heck of a hard time running this down. Okay, so it looks like the 48 got into the back of the 2, maybe? Possibly. He got spun around sideways. He got down into the 3. I believe that was the 3 back there. There's the 81. The 81 got into the 48. The 48 had nowhere to go. He was down low thinking he was going to avoid it all. He did not. He did not avoid it at all. So Craig Patterson, he was in trouble. Meanwhile, Michael Patrick, he was involved in this. In the 81, came up, got nailed by the 2. That's all it took. The 81 came down, got into the 48. There's the 81. He is just trying to hold on to it, trying to get it straight, having a hard job with it. There's the 2. The 2's going to come down. 2's possibly going to run into the side of him for a second time. No, he did. He caught the back quarter panel. Excuse me. Wow. Okay. So, back up Ethan Thomas. We're going to go back up to live. There we go. Michael Patrick, he's coming into the pits. He's going to try to get some service done on that car of his. I'll tell you what, he just got a fast repair. You see how fast that body job changed. He just took the fast repair, got tires on the outside. He's going to take tires on the inside. Full tank of Sunoco fuel, and he is back out onto the track in the 81. Now, he's back in 28th position right now. I'll tell you what, he's going to have to do some hustling. Joseph Essenberg, he's coming in. Sharif Walker, he's coming in right behind him. Michael Sprague, he's coming in as well. Then we have Corey Powell, he's coming in. We got a lot of guys. Adam Ramsey's coming in. A lot of these guys are all coming into the pits. They're going to try to get some service done. Meanwhile, up at front, Ethan Thompson in the 98. He is leading this thing at the moment. Elijah Mopin is in second place. Kyler Adams in the 121, he's third. Russell Markanak, he is in 12th. I believe that's how you pronounce your name, Markanak. Jordan White, he is in 5th position. Joshua Sanok, I believe that's how to pronounce it. He is in the 6th position. Mike Eldridge, he's in 7th. Shane Hatfield in 8th. Grayson Greaves in 9th. Matthew Taylor is in 10th. All right, we're going to go back up with the leader and take a look. Hope to support the Mallard number 90 car and driver. Again, Shelton Hondery. So the number 90, he is right now. Where is he? Mike Eldridge? That's the Mallard machine right there, and he's running along in 7th position. He's looking pretty good right now. He's got a few scrapes and bruises on the front end of that car, but otherwise it's looking fairly good on the passenger side anyway. It's just the driver's side. It's got a little bit of a scrape in the front. You can see that now in the lower right side. But he doesn't look too banged up too badly. Okay, back up with Ethan Thompson. He is right there behind the pace car. Going to see if he can get something going. See if he can get away from everyone. Man, I'll tell you, this is going to turn into a race to the finish here at the end of it. So we're going to go back and take a quick look. We are on lap 40 out of 80. We are halfway in this race. Ethan Thompson is the leader. We've had 6 cautions for 18 laps with 6 lead changes. All right, so this is what we're dealing with. We're halfway through the race. We had, 6 cautions, 18 laps. Man, these guys are going to be fighting to get back up to the end of this race. That's all I can say. They're going to have to fight for it because there's a lot of accidents happening. I'll tell you what, these guys are running pretty aggressively for Daytona, running 3 wide and swapping out lanes pretty quickly. Excuse me. Got a little bit of a tickle here tonight. But anyway, I'll tell you, we're going to have to keep an eye out. These guys are going to put on a show. This is the first race out of 4. Next week, we're going to be at Talladega. So it's going to be a lot of fun to go there as well. Always a good time at Talladega. Then week 3, we're at Atlanta. So Atlanta, the big track, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're back here to Daytona to finish it all out. Week 4, 4 weeks from now, we'll be finishing out this mini series, Super Speedway series. It should be a fun 4 weeks of racing. Again, if we get this many cars too, it makes for an awesome time of racing. Gotta love full fields. All right, so we're gonna go back up. Barney, get that flag in hand, man. There we go. We're racing once again. Ethan Thompson, he jumped way out in front. Elijah Molpin was a little asleep at the wheel. He didn't quite get the run that he wanted to get up there, but they are all catching up right now. Kyler Adams is right there on the back end trying to see if he can get something done. There is Jordan White. Going to give him a push, get him up there. Man, I'll tell you, it's the low line. This low line is going to get running. We're 3 wide. Man, I'll tell you what, 3 wide in the top 5 or 6. These guys are running really tight back here. And that's it. Tight is the word. Can they hold it? Oh, no, he wasn't able to hold it. He wasn't able to hold it. I thought he was going to be able to save it and correct it, but that did not happen. Man. Oh, another slap. Zachary Wilson crashed. Let's take a look. Go back. Take a look. See what happened. Man, I got to even back this up because they started long before this even happened. Let's see if we can follow. Let's see if I can go back a little bit. All right, we're going to have to go back a little bit farther than this one because the 12 is involved. All right. See if I can get a better camera angle. Looking for the 12. See if I can get a better camera angle so we can follow this through, folks. So there's the 12. What the better camera angle? There we go. Let's try this. All right, let's go along quarter speed. Looks like you got in behind Molpin. Then Taylor went down. Etcheper might have came up a little bit. He came up just a hair, and the 12 came down around into the 36. Molpin, Etcheper was stuck in between the 2 cars, nowhere to go. Couldn't do anything about it. Then I thought he was going to be able to save it. He looked like he was going to be able to save it. The 12, and then he came back up, got caught by the 99 once again, head first into the wall. The 88 got into the back quarter panel of him. That's all she wrote. Wow. Man, I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a hit. All right, let's go back, see what happened to Russell Markinack. He is there in the, that was in the 12 of him. Okay, let's go to the 59. Zachary Wilson. Take a look and see what happened to him. Going to run along quarter speed. He came down. Back that up just a hair more. Let's back that up. Whoop, back that up just a hair more. We can get a little bit better look. Here we go. They're coming around the corner. That Sharpie machine. He's already been in one accident earlier that night. They're all wrecking in front of him. The 88 went high. He's put his brakes on. The 48 got into the back of him. The 10 got clipped. The 48 came down. Adam Ramsey's right there. He got a little bit on his nose, I think. I think Adam Ramsey had it fetched up, though, early enough. Man, I'll tell you what. Look at that transition, folks. Man. All right, so the Sharpie machine, the 59, which is a really cool paint job, actually. I kind of like that paint job. But I'll tell you what, he was hurting. All right, let's go back up. Let's go back up to live. Man. Ethan Thompson, he is in the front of this. Jordan White. I'm going to look for Jordan White at the end of this. If he doesn't get involved in something or something stupid happens to him, whatever the case may be, I'm looking for Jordan White at the end of this race because, man, I'll tell you what, he is a heck of a wheelman in that sim cams. That's Whiplash sim cams, actually. That's the camera angles that I'm using here tonight. Also, Pit Stop TV. Pit Stop TV and Whiplash sim cams are both owned by the same gentleman. And I'll tell you what, he puts on a real good broadcast, a really good broadcast, and he does a really good camera angle work as well. So definitely want to thank him for letting me use some of his camera angles without a doubt. All right, so we have everyone kind of getting back into the line. We're just kind of cycling back through. Take a look at the guys. They're all looking pretty good. Everyone else is coming back around the track. A few cars are trying to play catch up. They're farther back, all trying to get a look, see if they can get out there. All right, so there's Chris Etchepair. Adam Ramsey, he's coming back out onto the track. A lot of these guys just coming out of the pits. They've been in the pits for a while. There's David Allen in 31. He's had a few problems there. He's with the Ideal family. We're taking a quick look. There's the Ideal family right there. I'll tell you what, they got construction, K9 training, pest management, auto detail, and of course, iRacing machines. So that machine right there, he's one of the Ideal family. All right. And don't forget, you are watching the MLSR Major League Sim Racing, the summer big track racing. I'm not quite sure what we're calling this track. I know it's the summer shootout series, but they're all doing big tracks. Talladega, Daytona, Atlanta. So I'll tell you what, it's going to be a fun 4 weeks of racing. All right, so back up to the front of this thing. Ethan Thompson, he is your leader. Jordan White is on the outside of him. I don't know. That could be a little scary. On the restart, you get the 90 and the 91 right behind both of these guys. They're both going to be trying to get on the back end. Let's jump onto the back end of the roof cam of that 90 machine. All right, so that gives you an idea what we're looking at. Right there, side-by-side racing. These guys are right there beside each other, really close. Gonna jump back out onto the roof cam. We're gonna follow this from the 90s perspective. What's he gonna do on the restart? We're gonna watch these guys right there. The 90s right there. He's gonna see if he can get something happening. Green flag's in the air. Let's see what he does. He's got a car right there beside him. That 34 machine is right there beside him. Back up onto his roof. He's trying to see what he can do. The 34 is going to jump out in front of him. There he goes. He's going to drop down to the low side. Going to see if he can stay there. Meanwhile, behind him, he has everybody all just trying to see if they can get something going. You have Walton and you have the Daytona. You have all kinds of guys right there. These guys are all just filing past him, trying to get that second line working. Not really working yet, but these guys are all getting up there, trying to get something happening. All right, here we go. There's a big picture. Give you a better angle of what's going on. But right now, Grayson Greaves is right there on the back end of Jordan White. Jordan White is right there. He's the guy that, like I said, you got to keep an eye on him. Unless he has problems, he is the guy to watch. But right behind him, you have these guys coming up on the back end. There's the 29 trying to get something done. He's leading that outside line right now. They're coming up trying to get by him. Jordan White is dropping out to the high side, trying to get ahead of that 29. Looks like 29 is going to run. Meanwhile, the 34 is going to sneak ahead of Jordan White. That did not work out well. Jordan White should have probably stayed low. We're going to have to see how it's going to all play out. Jordan White's going to go low. They're tapping back there. Got a little bit of a glitch in the camera angle. Here we go. Back a little bit farther. These guys are still running. We got a little bit of action going on farther back. There's Adam Ramsey. The 3-2-4 car is up against the wall. A little bit of action farther back. All right, so we're going to go back up to the front. Grayson Greaves is in the front. Jordan White is in second. Trying to get this thing happening. They're all settled back down into single file racing. But there's your top three cars right there. Then we go back to the 9 car, Matthew Taylor. He's going to try to get something going on the outside. He's hoping a few guys are going to join up with him. He's got a few guys there. But so far, that lower line is definitely faster than the upside line. Now we got a couple cars dropping out. They're going to try to get into the outside line as well. Jumping out in front of the 9 machine. Right, lap 48 out of 80. These guys are all doing really well. Jordan White, though, he is right there. He was looking to go around Grayson. couldn't quite get it done. So he decided to pull back in behind the 34 machine and wait for a better advantage to jump out into the front of this thing. Now, again, Daytona, you just never know because it is a crapshoot. The guy at the last place position right now could be the winner of the race. You just don't know. I'll tell you what, they are going to try to find out. And we only have about 31 laps to get it done. Joshua Sanook has gotten a black flag in the 91 machine. Not quite sure what he did, but he got a black flag. It seems like he crashed. Where did he crash at? We're going to take a quick look at this. He's in the 91. Driving that blue and white car. He went down. He got into the 10. Him and the 10 got into it. They're down off the track. Man, I'll tell you what. They are trying to see what they can do. That was no caution on that. No caution came out for that. Then we had another one where Joshua Sanook crashed again. Okay, that's just a replay of the 10. So, all right. So, we're going to go back out for live racing, back up to the front. Jordan White is still racing away. Lap 50 out of 80. They're all looking pretty good right now. I'll tell you what, the different angles that we can see, just trying to give a good idea of where everyone is. There's some cars going by the groundhog cam. They're all looking pretty good going down around the track. Here they come. They're just cruising. Let's see if I get a better speed shot. There we go. That's the speed shot I was looking for. These cars going by. Jordan White, right on the back bumper of Grayson Greaves. He is just trying to see if he can get something done. Going to jump up onto his roll bar, or roof cam, I should say. Grayson racing. The 34 right there in front of him. Meanwhile, behind Jordan, you have a whole pack of hungry wolves looking to see what they can do to get up there and try to make something happen for themselves. All right. Coming down into turn 1. Coming around the turn, there's a 30. The 30 is up high. Or, sorry, the 90. The 90 is up high. He's trying to get something going on the outside line. He's got a few cars behind him. He's got about 8 cars there, 9 cars. But they're just not being able to get any much of a run on that outside line. The 16 is going a little bit high. That's a Sharif's car. Alloway car, I guess you might call it. All right, so we're going to go back. Bryson Roop, he is back at the back of this, but then you got Jason Thomas. He's got back in with this pack of 8 or 9. All right, so here we go. We had another accident. Caution has come out. I'm looking to see who it was. It looks like Elijah Mopin has crashed. Let's follow along. Whoa, that looks bad. Let's back it up from there. Elijah went for a ride by the looks of things. Get a good camera angle on Elijah Mopin. He is right there in the 66. Let's follow along. He's on the inside line. He has the... Oh, there's the 90. The 90 came down in back of Elijah. Elijah got up. He got up on his side. Wow, what a spin. Man, go for a ride. That 15 got into the back quarter bow. The 12's there as well. 12's involved. Man, the 2's involved. Elijah is just rolling down backwards. All right, let's take a look. Michael Patrick was involved in that. Let's take a look and see what happened to Michael Patrick. He is in the 81. There he is. There's a 16. 16 got around the front of the 59. 59 got involved in that. There's the 81 right there. Michael Patrick, he went up high into the wall. The 11 got into the wall right behind him. Then the 16 came back. Oh, and the 11 came back into the 81. Man, I'll tell you what. Sharif Walker, let's take a look at him. He went for a ride in that Callaway car. He got hit a couple times. He went for a heck of a spin. Man, I'll tell you what, the cars are just sliding all over the place around behind him. Looking at these guys spinning around. Wow. And Zachary Wilson, he was in the 59. Again, the Sharpie car. Just going for a ride. Man, I'll tell you what, they are hard on the hardware here tonight. All right, we're going to go back up to the leader, back onto the lead lap, go back live. Michael Sprague was leading this thing for a minute, but he's in the pits there now. Everybody's in the pits. Everyone's recycling. So Joe Conan, he got a black flag. Not quite sure what he got a black flag for. Not showing me at this moment in time. No 66 Racing got to toe. That's in the number 2. Okay, so that was the number 2. He had the toe. All right, so right now, Mike Eldridge in the 90 car, in that Mallard. We were talking about Mike there a little bit earlier. So he is right there leading this thing. He's out in front. So he's sitting in a good position for the moment. But he has all these guys coming up behind him. They're all back there looking. Now, once again, take a look. 3rd spot, Jourdain White. He is not leaving that top 5. He wants to be in the top 5. He's going to be in contention. When this thing comes around to the last lap, I bet you he's going to be right there somewhere looking to get out front. All right, let's take a quick look. Let's do a race recap. Right now, lap 55 out of 80. Mike Eldridge is the leader. 8 cautions for 23 laps. And with 8 lead changes. Man, this is a heck of a race here, boys. They're definitely racing each other. They're not wasting any time. They're definitely trying to race each other and outdo each other on this track. Now, the lights are off on the pace car, so we're going to follow along. So we're going to go in. They're coming down into turn 1. Excuse me. They're all looking pretty good. We've got a few cars trying to get out of they got on pit lane. They're going around the corner. The 92, the 12, the 81, I believe it's 11. These guys are all trying to stay ahead of this pack, get around, and try to catch up to get into the back of the pack before the start of this race. All right, going on to the back straightaway. Again, we got a few guys trying to catch up. The 92 is trying to catch up. The 59, the 12, the 81. A lot of these guys back here are all trying to catch up to the pack again. Get themselves all squared away, looking good. Because we're going to drop the green flag this time by. All right, the stragglers are all catching up. There's Elijah Mopin. He's just coming out of the pits here now. Joseph Essenberg in the 10. He's still in the pit lane. So he's trying to get something done. Take a quick look at Joseph. Don't really even see him. There he is there. So he's trying to get something done. Meanwhile, back up to the leader. Excuse me again. A little bit of a tickle here tonight in my throat. All right, so the pace car is going to be jumping off this time by. Then we're going to jump back up to Barney in the flag stand. There goes the pace car. Pace car's down pit lane. Everyone else looks pretty good. Barney, get that flag waving. Here we go. We're racing once again, boys. We're gone. Mallard and Chucky Allen in the 36. Haven't seen much of Chucky Allen there earlier today, but, you know, he is right there. He's actually jumped out in the front on the high side in front of Mike Eldridge. Mike Eldridge is fighting to get it back. He has Jordan White giving him a big push, as well as the 34 of Grayson Greaves. These guys are all pushing that inside line up to the front of the pack. Oh, we got the car into the wall. We're wrecking again. Let's see. I think that was back farther. Let's see where we are. That was the 2. Man, the 2, but there was no caution. We're going to bring that back out. Take a quick look, see what happened to him. Back him up a little bit. Looks like 3 of them got involved in that. We're going along quarter speed. The 2 got up into the 324. 324 came down, got in the Conan. Conan's back down into the 2. All 3 of them went for a ride. There goes the 72 Conan. He went down low. The 2 got hit again a second time. Man, I'll tell you what, these guys are just having a heck of a time trying to get this thing going. Now, Joe Conan, he was all right, but anyway. All right, so let's go back up to live racing. These guys are still live racing. These guys are still going. 22 laps to go. Right now, back up to the leader. The leader is the 11, Michael Sprague. He has jumped out in the front. Grayson Greaves is in second. Again, Jordan White is in third. Adam Ramsey, though. Adam Ramsey's up there in the second place on the high side. He's the second car back. He's giving the 11 a big push. He's just rubbing that front bumper, trying to get something going. Let's take a quick look at his roof cam. Man, I'll tell you, he is right there. You see Jordan White on the inside. He's trying to get up there behind the 11, give the 11 a good push. He's got a good push right now. Taking a look out his windshield on the hood cam. There you go. You can see him just pushing hard. Oh, the 11 dropped down in front of the 34. That left Adam Ramsey on the high side by himself. He has a Coca-Cola machine right behind him. That Coca-Cola machine is going to try to catch up with him. Can't quite get it done. So Adam Ramsey is out there trying to get something happening. There we go. The 34 is pushing the 11. The 11's trying to get down there. Keep it down low. Jordan White is right there, but he is not pushing anyone. He's letting his engine cool down. You don't want to get too close and push too long. You do not want to overheat your engine. So probably good that he's back there getting a little bit of fresh air to that engine. And then we have Adam Ramsey. He's dropping back now. He does not have the help he needs. He does not have the drafting help he needs. Meanwhile, up in front, Grayson is just shoving that 11 machine. He's going to leave him alone. Jordan White's going to come back out, work with the 34. These two have been working good all night long. There they are on the high side. They are jumping out in front, going down low again. There we go. They are jumping out ahead of everyone else. There's the 36, Chucky Allen, and the 11. Now we have Adam Ramsey. He's got 3 cars on the outside. They're going to see if they can get something going. 3 cars is not a really good draft to get up in front of this thing, but Jordan White and Grayson Greaves, they are doing a good job down on the low side. 19 laps to go. Man, I'll tell you what, these guys are doing a good job back here. Back a little bit farther in the pack, everyone looking pretty good. No one's doing anything crazy. There's the 11, Michael Sprague. He just jumped out to the high side in front of Adam Ramsey. He is going to see if he can get something going. Jordan White has jumped out high in front of the 11. He figures the 11 is going to be fast enough to shove him up to the front. We're going to wait and see. He's definitely side by side right now with Grayson Greaves. Grayson Greaves is on his inside. He's got to take a look. He's got a little bit of a run there. You can see Grayson Greaves. He's going to drop down. I bet he's going to drop down any moment. He still has the 11 pushing really hard. 11's going to drop down. 11's going to leave Jordan White alone on the high side. Adam Ramsey's going to come up behind Jordan, going to give him a shove. Meanwhile, up in the front, that 11 machine and the 83 of Jordan White, they are going to fight for it back and forth. The 34 pushing the 11, the 97 pushing the 83. Let's see who's going to win this race. Around the corner we go, going into turn 4. Adam Ramsey and Jordan White, they are falling back on the outside. Meanwhile, that inside line is definitely taking off. Grayson Greaves is giving that 11 machine of Michael Sprague a really good push down the track. Here we go. Okay, now it looked like 98. The 98, yes, the 98 has jumped out in front of Jordan White. We're going to see if they can get something going. Man, I'll tell you, we got some really jumpy racers. These guys are jumping out in front of guys, and there's the 99 Chris Etchepair. He's up there. He's jumping to the outside. They're all seeing what they can do. Meanwhile, up front, 34, Grayson Greaves, he's going to jump on the outside of the 11. He's going to see if he can get something going. On the outside, these guys are doing a really good job right here. I'll tell you what, we'll go back and check out the 91, Joshua Sanook. He's back there in a little group of his own, but all the action right now is up at the front of the pack. 34, Grayson Greaves. Chris Etchepair is right there pushing him down the track. The 11 of Michael Sprague is trying to hold on to that inside line. They're coming up on lap traffic. Lap traffic is going to pull down out of the way. That's the 2 machine. He's going to, Bryson Roop, he's going to pull down way out of the way, not be in the way of the leaders. Meanwhile, here we go. 34, the 99, they are jumping out to the front. 34 drop down low. The Chris Etchepair machine stayed high, jumped out in front. Here we go. The Ethan Thompson is right behind Chris Etchepair, pushing him down the track. There goes Grayson Greaves. He pulled out to the high side in front of Jordan White. These two have been working good together all night long. Jordan's been doing a real good job pushing Grayson White to the front of the pack on a regular basis. Looks like he's going to try to get it done again. We're 3 wide now. The 11 is going on the inside of the 98. 98 and 99, they are stuck in the middle. Meanwhile, Grayson Greaves being pushed by Jordan White. Jordan White is going to push him up to the front of the pack right now. Man, I'll tell you, we've got stuff going on. We're 3 wide at Daytona with 15 laps to go. I'll tell you, I'm just waiting because I just got a bad feeling about this. The 98, there's Chris Etchepair. He's up there. The 11's down low. The 34 is up high. Jordan White. We got 6 cars, 9 cars, 3 wide, 3 cars wide. Going down here. Okay, there. Oh, there we go. That's what I was waiting to see what's going to happen. Oh, my goodness. There we go. These guys are in trouble. It doesn't take much, and that's all it takes is one mistake. That's what happens. Wow. All right. Adam Ramsey. Let's say, okay, we're going to back this up because it did not start with Adam Ramsey. It started back a little bit farther, I believe. I want to go back and take a look and see if I can pick out who it looked like. Man, I'll tell you what, they started to show something there. Let me back up just a hair again. It looked like the 36 and the 90 got into something, into the 98. We're just going to go along here in quarter time. There we go. They all are just beating and banging with each other. There's the 98. Oh. Okay. They get hit by the 120. Whoa, the 121's up on their side. The 9 get into the back of the 98. Just giving a push, shoving him right around the circle. You see all the cars in behind. They're all wrecking. Man, I'll tell you what, that front end of Adam Ramsey's car does not look good. No right front fender. The wheel looks loopy as hell. Doesn't look good. And meet the wall. Boom. Man, that was not a good ride for Adam Ramsey. All right, here we go. Back up with your leader. Let's go back up with live. Michael Sprague in the 11. He's in first place. Jordan White, second place. Chris Etcheper in third. Chucky Allen in fourth. Shane Hatfield in fifth place. All right. So I want to go back up. I want to take a quick look and see pit strategy. We got only a few laps. How many laps have we got to go? Let's take a quick look. Race recap, lap 69 out of 80. So that means we have 11 laps to go. Michael Sprague in the lead. 9 cautions, 26 laps, 16 lead changes. But I'll tell you what, right now, pit strategy is what I'm concerned about. They're getting about 28 laps of fuel. We have about 11 laps to go. So it looks like everyone will be good for fuel. Nobody's going to be hurting for fuel. Okay, that's what I wanted to find out. So, Michael Sprague is in the lead. Jordan White is in second. Chris Etcheper is in third. Chucky Allen in fourth. Shane Hatfield in fifth. Jason Thomas is in sixth. Mike Eldridge in seventh. Tanner Ensign is in eighth. Craig Patterson is in ninth. Zach Dahmer is in the 10th position. I'll tell you what, all these guys do not need fuel. They should be good to go. Now, will we have green-white checkers? Will we have another caution? What's going to happen here, folks? I'll tell you what. You are watching the MLSR Major League Sim Racing, and also brought to you from the Ideal Family LLC. They got construction, canine training, pets management, auto detail, and iRacing, of course. Man, I'll tell you what, this is going to be a heck of a finish when we get this thing ready to go. The lights are off on the pace car, going down around into turn 1. They're coming down towards turn 1 now. Excuse me. These guys are all trying to figure out what they got to do, who they're going to draft with, who's going to be their buddy at the end of this race to try to get this thing happening for their team, for their car. What's it going to take? Again, Jordan White, he's on the outside there. You got to keep an eye on this man. I'll tell you what, he's a wheel man. He can get it done. I've seen him in other races. He did a truck race here a couple of weeks ago there. He wasn't really supposed to be in the truck race, but he kind of ended up being there. And so he didn't race for points or anything. He was just there racing along with these guys. I'll tell you what, he took everyone to school. He took everyone to school in that truck league that he raced in. And he just kind of dropped in to say hi, see what's going on. Oops, I, by accident, jumped in and got in a truck. Okay, well, I guess I got to race the truck. And he took everyone to school. He won the race. It was pretty cool. So, all right. And a lot of those guys that he was racing with, they're racing right here with him tonight at Daytona. Excuse me. But Michael Sprague in the 11, he's been doing pretty good here. He's been running with these top guys. We'll see if they can get it done. We're at Daytona. It's a crapshoot. Anybody can win this thing. Now, here we go. The pace car is going to pull off here now. Going to go back up with Barney in the flag stand. Got the green flag in hand. He's ready to get this thing going. Green flag waving. Here we go. The 11 car jumping out in front. He is gone. Hopefully not too much of a big jump because he'll lose his drafting partner. No, Jordan White is going to jump in behind the 11. He's going to give him the drafting help he needs. There is Chris Etcheper in the 99. He's in third place. He's going to see if he can get something going. The 15 of Shane Hatfield, he's right there. Everyone's getting into the single file racing. They're all doing pretty good. You got a few guys farther back that are switching lanes, trying to figure out where they want to be. We got 10 laps to go. So these guys are going to have to decide what they got to do, especially the guys in the back. They got to figure out, how can I get to the front of this pack? We're talking Zach Dormer. We're talking Sharif Walker. We're talking Russell Markinac. We're talking all the... Oh, speaking of which, here we go. The 2 is involved. That is the 2 machine. The caution did not come out. 9 laps to go. I'm surprised. We're still racing up there. Jordan White is still running this thing. That was Roop. He's back there. He's spun her around to get her back onto the track. Meanwhile, Jordan White is up here right behind the leader, the number 11, Michael Sprague. He's going to see if he can get something going. He's going to try to push him right to the end. 9 laps to go. Coming out of turn 4, coming down to 8 laps to go when they cross the stripe. Man, I'll tell you what, I thought that was going to be another caution. They did not throw the yellow flag. But it ain't over yet, folks. Here we go. It ain't over yet. Like I said, as soon as I say that, caution waves, here we go. Man, we're going to get down. We're going to get down to something interesting. Michael Eldridge. What happened to Michael Eldridge? Let's take a good look. There he is in the Mallard machine, number 90. Let's go around. He has the Callaway car right behind him, the 16. Looks like the 16 took the air off the back end of him a little bit. He came down and he got into the side of the Coca-Cola machine. Oh no. That Coca-Cola machine, the number 15, he went for a ride. They're really the only 2 that really had a problem. That's Shane Hatfield. Shane Hatfield is coming down. There's the 90. They're really the only 2 that were really heavily involved in that accident. Looks like Shane was able to get her back under control, get her back up onto the track. Driving along really good. While Mike Eldridge, he had to basically stop, gather his wits, put her into gear, and get her going again. All right, back up to live action once again. Here we go. There's the 11 and the 83, Jordan White, catching up to the back end of the pace car. Man, I'll tell you. We have got some action going on here tonight. Take a look inside Jordan White's car. He's there, concentration on his face, looking out the windshield. He can see that 11 car, Michael Sprague, right there. Man, I'll tell you what. Now, also, you notice that he's riding along. We're just going along at pace speed, but he's in 5th gear, trying to save fuel. Just kind of idling that thing around the track, saving all the fuel. In case we go into multiple green-white checkers, he wants to make sure that he has enough fuel. He should have enough fuel. Everyone up here should have enough fuel. But why not save some? If you can, save it. All right, so here we go. Michael Sprague in first, Jordan White in second, Chris Etcheper third, Sharif Walker in fourth, Tanner Ensign in fifth, Chucky Allen in sixth, Zach Domer in seventh, Russell Markinac in eighth, Jason Thomas in ninth, Craig Patterson in 10th position. All right. I'll tell you, this has been a good race for me to broadcast. I'm really enjoying watching these guys getting around this track here tonight. Hopefully you're having a good time out there in YouTube land. We got a few viewers here tonight. Everyone's kind of taking in the race. Now, taking a quick look, I'm just looking at Adam Ramsey. He's in the pits there. He's still missing a front fender on that machine. So he's been in the pits, though, for a while. So we're going to have to wait and see. He's in there for 11 minutes so far by the looks of things. So he is getting a lot of repairs done to that car. He very well might be out of this race. 6 laps to go. Back out to the leader. Excuse me, Michael Sprague. Going to see if he can get something going. There is Jordan White. He's on the outside. Taking a look. Now right behind him, he has Chris Etcheper. You see Chris Etcheper back there. He's going to come up on the inside line. Then we have all these guys going to start to get lined up 2 by 2 by 2 going into turn 1. Going through the tri-oval. Out of the tri-oval, heading into turn 1. They are all looking pretty good coming around the corners. Going into turn 2. We have 5 laps to go. The lights are off the pace car. There will be 4 laps to go in this race when they take the green flag. So I'll tell you, this is going to be an interesting finish to the race. I don't know. Will we have another caution? Will we have green flag all the way? I don't know. I think we're going to have another caution. Possibly 2 of them. But I really believe the way these guys are racing here tonight, they're all racing really hard. So I would have to say, I'm thinking we're going to have another caution. I think somebody's going to get right into it. They're going to put their foot right to the floor. They are going to be sitting there. And either they'll be the cause of the caution, or they'll be caught up in somebody else's mistake. Miscalculation, lack of judgment, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully, oh, look, there's the 324. He just drove into the wall. What are you doing, man? He's having a heck of a time right back there in that 324 machine. Greg Todd just crashed. All right, we're going to go back up. We're going to go back up to the flag stand. Here we go. We're racing. It doesn't matter what they're doing back there. We're racing. Jordan White has jumped out into the front of this thing. He still has the 11 Michael Sprague on the inside. Michael Sprague is fighting back. Chris Etcheper is giving him a push. There is Sharif in the 16 right behind Jordan White. He's going to give him a push. Everybody's pushing hard, trying to get their car up to the front. Hopefully move themselves a little bit closer to the front. That way they might be able to do a little bit of a slingshot move to get around whoever's in front of them and take the lead position. But right now, Jordan White, he is fighting hard against that 11 machine. Let's see, Jordan White's going to drop down in front of the 11, but he has a 16, Sharif Walker, on the outside. He's taking a hard look, but the 11 is pushing Jordan White to the front. Oh, here we go, the 31. These guys are wrecking back here. 3 laps to go. Yellow flag has come out. Matthew Taylor was involved. Jason Thomas was involved. Let's take a look. Jason Thomas, he is right there. Let's take a look. See his machine, the 88 machine. Let's go follow along with him. He's high on the outside, the in-and-out white burger machine. It looks like Domer and Allen came up, got into the side of him, and that's all it took. Everybody else went down low trying to avoid them. But these guys are right sideways. Then we had the 2. The 2 get into the back of the 23. The 15 get into the back end. He flew through the air. Man, I'll tell you what. David Allen, let's take another look at his machine. He's in the 31. We'll just go follow along with him. A little bit of close-up of his machine. He's just riding along, trying to hang on. There, well, there's a 15. The 15 hit the side back end of him, flew through the air. Wow, what a camera angle that was. Then we're going to go Shane Hatfield. Shane Hatfield crashed. He's driving the 15, actually. Let's take a look from his roll bar cam. No, I don't think that's not the 15. That is, yes, it is the 15. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. He was coming up. This happens after the accident, I do believe. I'm going to back that up a little bit. Yes, right there. There's what I'm looking for, right there. Okay, the 15. He's coming up. Let's take a look at the right front. When these guys all start wrecking in front of him, he's on the high side. He's minding his own business. He sees the 34 coming up. They all start wrecking right there in front of him. You can see it happening. They're right there in front of him. He's going to try to go down low. He's perfectly safe. He's perfectly fine. No, he's not. There he is. He's flying through the air. Trying to get it back in line. He didn't get it. He backs back up into the wall. Man, oh man, I'll tell you, a heck of a lick for that 15 machine. All right, let's go back up to live. Back up to Jordan White. 3 laps to go. It's going to be green-white checker. Regardless, here now. Man, I'll tell you what, if the other 3 races that we're going to have in this 4-race league are anything like this, you do not want to miss one of these races. I'll tell you what, these are going to be fun races to watch. The drivers may not care for them too much, but I'll tell you what, as a spectator, these guys are making this thing pretty darn interesting. Man, I'll tell you what, pretty darn interesting indeed. Okay, we're at lap 80 out of 82. We're into our first green-white checker. I'm not sure how many we have. We have at least 1. So we will see how this is going to play out. Man, oh man. It is going to be, it's going to be interesting. Jordan White is going to have a fight to hold off that Michael Sprague of number 11 print rig machine. He is going to have to do something. He's going to have Chris Etchepair right on his back bumper, though. So Chris is a good pusher. He might be able to give Jordan White what he needs to get up to the front and maintain that first place position. But we'll have to wait and see, because yeah, it's going to get interesting. Here we go. The 11's going to go. There's a bunch of cars coming off the pit lane right now. They're all trying to get ahead of the pace car. So you notice that the lights are off on the pace car. So we're going to go green next by and by. We're just going into turn 1, following along. Now the 99 is behind the 83. The 16 is behind the 11. Then you have the 29 and the 36. They're back there as well. Tanner Ensign and Chucky Allen. They're going to see if they can get something done. Now, I haven't seen much James Beard. James Beard back there. He's been in the 25 machine, which is actually listed as the 23, it looks like. Elijah Mopin, he's back there, but he's way back in 22nd place. So right now, Michael Sprague is up at the front of this thing. They're going into turn 3. We're going to see if we can get something happening. Man, oh man. Chris Etchepair has jumped out in the front. What the heck happened there? Where did Jordan White go? I went back and looked at a couple cars. Jordan White is back in the 17th position. Where did Jordan White go to? All right, we're going to go back out to the front. Chris Etchepair is up in the front of this thing. He's going to get this thing going. I'm not quite sure what happened to Jordan White, but anyway. Here we go. We're going to come down to the pit. We're going to get racing. Here we go, the flag stand. Bernie's got the flag in hand. We're going to go racing, guys. Chris Etchepere's out in front. Here we go. Chris Etchepere's got a heck of a good run right there off the get-go. The 11's looking to drop in low on the low side, get in behind. That leaves 16 machine, Sherry Walker on the outside. High. Oh, here we go. We're wrecking again. Wrecking again. 3 laps to go. Now, I don't know if we're still racing or not. It looks like we're still racing. Chucky Allen got a meatball flag, though. His car is ruined. Off track, Russell Markinack is off the track. Zachary Wilson got the meatball flag. Man, I'll tell you what. I think we're still racing. We have a yellow flag out. No, we still have the yellow flag out. The yellow flag is still out, so... But Chris Etchepare is still racing away. The 11 is in second. And I'll tell you what, I wanted to go back and take a look at that, but I don't know if we're still racing or not. We're going to go back up and take a look at his roof cam. I don't see the pace car coming out. So, to be honest, I'm not sure if we have one green-white checker or that was it. We're not 100% sure, to be honest with you, so please tell. Okay, there's the pace car. All right, the pace car is out. All right, I wanted to reconfirm that before I jump back into the accidents. So here we go. We're going to go back out. There is Corey Powell. He is in the 92 machine. Oh, he got nailed. Ran into the back of all those guys. Okay, let's go back. Matthew Taylor, he crashed. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. He's in the 9. He got up into the 12 and 32. Like, oh boy. Okay, there's a lot of cars involved in that. Then we're going to go to Zachary Wilson. He crashed as well. Okay, he didn't really get into that too much. All right, we're going to go back and take a look. I'm not quite sure what happened to Jordan White. I want to go back up to live. Now, Jordan White, his car, he's actually out of the race. He's not even in the race any longer. He pulled out. He had a bad connection or something. Oh my goodness, he was leading the race. I hope that he didn't have a bad connection. And he lost his connection with 3 laps to go. That would be absolutely terrible. But right now we got a bunch of cars. Matthew Taylor's in the pits, Jason Thomas, Corey Powell, Zach Domer, Tanner Ensign, Russell Markinack, Zachary Wilson, Adam Ramsey. Adam Ramsey's been in the pits for quite a while, though, honestly. So yeah, we lost a lot of cars in that last accident. I noticed that the 15 was involved and stuff. Man, I'll tell you, there was just a lot of carnage. A lot of carnage there. Shane Hatfield, he's out there. But I'll tell you what, go back up to Chris Etchepare on the front of this thing. He has the 11, Michael Sprague, right there behind him. They're all trying to see if they can do something. Now, I believe this is the second green-white checker. So I'm not quite sure how many we have. We're going to try to see if we can hang out with a few of these guys and find out what's going on a little bit after. But right now, these guys are trying to see if they get something done at the end of this race. All right. There's a good question, too. Pit strategy. We got a couple cars. Etchepare and Sprague, they got 30 laps on their car. Adams, Walker, they've got 29 and 30 laps on their car. So if they're only pushing 28 laps, these boys are running on fumes now. These guys are running on fumes. They may not be able to make another 3 laps under power. They're saving a little bit of fuel during the caution lap. Bryson Roop has crashed. What happened to Bryson during that? Take a quick look. Bryson Roop, he's right there. He looks fine there. Okay, oh, look, he's blinking though. All right, we're going to go back to live because these guys are going to go racing here in a minute. These guys are going to get this thing happening once again. Chris Etcheper is up there. The lights are off on the pace car. They're in the middle of the backstretch. We've got, let's see, we've got, I believe we have 10 cars on the lead lap as of right now. Chris Etcheper is going to lead them down. Coming around turn 3. You just feel the tension here. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, these guys want to see if they can get something going. Coming around turn 4, we're going to go up to the flag stand. Barney got the flag in hand once again. We've got 14 cars on the lead lap. We've got 3 laps to go. Green, white, checker. Let's see if we can get something happening. Here we go. All right, Etcheper's got a jump right here now off the start of this thing. Trying to say if he can stay out in front. He dropped up in front of Michael Sprague, the 11 car. That left the 121 car all by itself down the low side. There's the 91. There's the 11 and the 91. They're going to go down low. They're going to try to get out in front. Chris Etcheper got stuck on the outside. He's up there by himself. The 121 is right there, pushing away. There's the 11 going up in front of Chris Etcheper. Back farther, they're all struggling, trying to find the right line to draft with. These guys are all pushing. Coming around the corner, it is Chris Etcheper. He's trying to get up into the front. Michael Sprague is the leader, though, I believe, right now. Chris Etcheper is right on the back bumper, trying to give him a big push. But you have Joshua Sanook. He's right there. Man, they're awfully close racing. It's getting a little scary, boys. They've got 1 lap to go. It's going to be checker or wrecker right here now. There is no more caution flags. Regardless of what happens, the race will end. So whether you wreck out or drive across the finish line, doesn't matter. It's going to happen right here. And as Michael Sprague in the 11, he's coming around turns 3 and 4. He's going to try to make it happen. He's got the 91 right there on the outside. He's trying to get by him. They're getting awfully close. They're getting awfully close. The 11, oh, the 11 gets spun. Oh, man. They're wrecking up the finish, right after the start-finish line. Oh, man, they're wrecking everywhere. Oh, the carnage. I'll tell you what, these guys are all over the board. Who came across first? Man, I'll tell you what. I think it might have been Joshua. Might have been able to get it done. I just got to pop that up. I got to take a look. I got to know who won this race because I'm not sure. Joshua Sanook won the race, Chris Etcheper, and then Craig Patterson. All right, we're going to come back for that. So Joshua Sanook, he is your winner right there in that machine. Team Conti. Look at the front end of that machine, all smashed in. That is a hurting machine. He may not have enough fuel to get around the track. He may need that 48 to give him a push all the way around the track, just in case he doesn't get back to the start-finish line. He's coming back to the start-finish line there now. Here he is, folks. Your winner. I'll tell you what, he pulled that off. That was a heck of a run right there at the end of this race. Wow. I'll tell you what. Man. Time to burn her down, my friend. Let's see what you can do with this thing. You got enough fuel to do a burnout. That was a heck of a finish to this first race of 4 of the Super Speedway Series, the Summer Shootout. Man, if the other 3 races are going to be anything like this race, it's going to be wild. There's your first place and third place cars right there now. Man, that was good racing. Yes, sir. That was really good racing. All right, we're going to see if we can grab onto a couple of these guys. Let's see. There's Craig Patterson. He's still out there in his car. So we're going to wait and see if we get a couple of these drivers in here into the podium. We're going to see if I can grab onto a couple of these guys. Let me see what I have. So Craig Patterson, he's currently 3rd. So I want to see if any of these guys are in the booth so I can have a little chat with them. Looking to find them. Bear with me here, folks. I don't see Craig Patterson there so I can have a talk with them. Unfortunately, Chris Etchepair is there, though. I can grab on to Chris. Hey, Chris, it's Art up in the booth. You get a copy, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Art?
I'll tell you what, man, that was a heck of a race and one heck of a finish.
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining the last 2 laps on the second green white checker. I'm glad we were able to finish on the green. Yeah, there was a lot of cautions, a lot of wrecks there.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a lot of fun to watch. What did you think of that last lap coming down to the green, down to the checker flag there, man? What was going through your head?
What was going through my head was just to keep my nose clean. I was hoping there'll be no wrecks, just they can race out to the line. And there's a wreck. I just kept it straight, kept the throttle in, and managed to squeeze out 2nd place. It was a long race. Had damage at the very first caution. And I was just finding my way back the whole race.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you, it's the first one of 4 races that we're going to have this summer for the Summer Shootout Series, I guess. Man, if it's anything like this race, the next 3 races are just going to be awesome. I know as a driver, you don't want to see a lot of cautions, but entertainment value, it was awesome to broadcast and awesome to watch.
Well, I'm glad everyone enjoyed watching the race. It was fun in car 2, obviously minus all the wrecks, but in between the wrecks, the racing was pretty good. And just hopefully this gets us a good recruitment as well for a start of our Major League Sim Racing League. And I want to thank Corey Powell for sponsoring this shootout, the Ideal Pest Racing. So I'm looking forward to the next 3 races.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, 2nd place this week, maybe 1st place next week.
Hey, as long as I'm top 5, fight for a championship. That's all I'm looking for.
Right on, man. All right, man. We'll see you in a week's time. You have yourself a good week, and we'll see you at Talladega.
Well, you'll see me there, and hopefully you'll be doing the same interview with me, but in 1st place.
There you go. All right, that was Chris Etchepair. He was 2nd place driver. We found Craig Patterson now. We're going to grab on to Craig. Hey, Craig, it's Art up here in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
How you doing tonight, man? What do you think? You brought home a podium finish. You're in 3rd place. I'll tell you what, you fought for it, though. It was getting risky at the end of that race there, coming down to the checker.
I mean, it wasn't just the green-white checkers there. It was a whole race, it felt like, for me. I think the 48 had a highlight reel tonight trying to avoid the wrecks. But, no, like I said, I would love to have had the win, but, I'll take a 3rd. That's a solid finish. Nice to be at the end, at least be able to fight for it at the end. So.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, you were definitely fighting for it. I mean, what was going through your mind, though, at the end of that race? Because I'll tell you what, it was up in the air, and then they started wrecking. And, I don't know, they were wrecking behind you more than they were wrecking in front of you, though, I think.
A lot of it, honestly, was checking fuel calculations, making sure we had enough saving going there in case we had the green white checkers. Just trying to find the runs. Honestly, just didn't play out perfectly to get the win, but like I said, we'll take a third. That's a great day.
Right on. I'll tell you what. So we're going into Talladega next week. We got 4 races. This Super Speedway Series, the Summer Shootout, MLSR. So it's going to be an interesting run. What do you think about going into Talladega?
Honestly, after this race, I think strategy goes out the door. A lot of luck is something that luck is definitely what plays into these things. But going with that same mentality, my thought process was right in the back. That's why I didn't qualify. Kind of run around, got a feel for the other people, and hopefully we'll do the same next week and end up with a couple better positions.
I'll tell you what, big tracks like this, it's always my strategy. Start at the back and kind of like watch what everybody else does and move your way forward as it gets a little bit closer to the end. Good strategy. It worked out well. Third place for you here tonight. So we'll see if we can get a little bit farther up the podium next week at Talladega. You got anything for your friends and sponsors back home before I let you go?
Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Keep cheering on the 48, which I believe will turn into the 33 with Trading Paints being a whole fun fiasco. But let's keep the momentum going. Hopefully we'll get a win in this thing.
Right on. All right, man. We'll see you next week. Have yourself a good week. We'll see you at Talladega.
You too. Thank you.
That was Craig Patterson. He was your third place driver. Now for your winner, we got Joshua. Hey, Joshua Sanook, I believe it is.
Sonic, that was a good effort, though.
Sonic? Okay. How you doing, man? I'll tell you what, you were fighting tooth and nail here, and you squeaked by, and you ended up with the win here at Daytona. What do you think?
I still can't believe I finally won a restrictor plate race.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, first one on here. I've had a couple of close calls at Daytona to get my first one, but...
Right on. I've only won a couple races myself, and Daytona is one of them. And yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's pretty awesome feeling to win a race at Daytona. Oh, we lose you? Oh, I think we lost Joshua. Joshua, we lost you. Are you still there, bud?
Yeah, I'm still here. Do you got me?
Yeah, well, I got you there now. I thought it dead air there. I thought you went away or we lost you there for a moment. So this is the first race out of 4. We're going to Talladega next week. What do you think about going into Talladega? This is going to give you a little bit of confidence for sure.
If I'm off work, I'm definitely going to have a little confidence going into the next one. Hopefully I'm off Thursday because that was fun.
Well, yeah, you were involved in a few accidents here tonight as well, though. You had a couple little problems, but otherwise, you were pretty good. Did you have you had to use your fast repair, I'm assuming, but did you have very much damage to the car when you finally came across for the final time?
Oh, yeah, the car had probably about 3 minutes of damage to it. I still had wheel damage, and one of those late race incidents, I slammed into the back of someone and crippled the nose. So
Oh, no.
I was staying behind the teammate till that last corner, and then that's when I made my move.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, the last second move was the right move because you avoided everybody and you snuck out a win. So congratulations on that, man.
Thanks. And thank you guys for letting me run tonight.
Yeah, well, you get anything for your sponsors or your friends back home before I let you go for the night?
I don't know if my friend's still watching, but Tiffany, if you're still watching, babe, that one was for you.
Right on. All right, my friend, I will see you next week at Talladega. As long as you're off and available to be racing, really look forward to seeing you on the track.
See you guys next week.
All righty. So that was Joshua Sanook. Oh, my goodness. Sanook, I believe he said. Anyway, regardless, snuck out the win. He did a really good job on that. Man, I'm telling you what, we're going to bring up the final race results here. Just take a quick look and see. Let's see what we have here. ladies and gentlemen. We're going to show this up here now. Okay. Joshua Sanook, 2 laps led, and that's all he had to lead was 2 laps. He was the winner tonight. Chris Etcheper, he brought home a second. And then we had Craig Peterson. He was a 3rd place. So the track was Daytona International Speedway. We had 87 laps total. We only were supposed to run 80, but we ran a couple of green-white checkers. Then we had 19 lead changes with 13 different leaders, 12 cautions, 36 laps total under caution. The hard charger was Craig Patterson. Again, he finished 3rd, but he came up 31 positions. He came up from the back of the pack. He made it up into the 3rd position. The most laps led, Grayson Greaves. He led 19 laps here tonight. Fastest lap was Dustin Griffiths, 45.392. And the pole position, again, Dustin Griffiths in the 82 machine. So overall, Joshua Sanook, I apologize. Chris Etcheper 2nd, Craig Patterson 3rd, Kyler Adams 4th, Michael Sprague 5th, Matthew Taylor 6th, Michael Patrick 7th, Ethan Thompson in 8th, Jason Thomas in 9th, Greg Todd in 10th, Sean Kisser in I'm sorry, that's wrong. 10th, and then 11th was Zach Dahmer. 11th was Zach Dahmer. There we go. Corey Powell was in 12th. Mike Eldridge in 13th. Sharif Walker in 14th. Tanner Ensign in 15th. Bryson Roop in 16th. Elijah Mopin was in 17th. Jordan White was in 18th. Grayson Greaves was in 19th. James Beard was in 20th. Russell Markinack was in 21st. Chucky Allen 22nd. Zachary Wilson 23rd. David Allen was in 24th. Shane Hatfield 25th. Joe Conan in 26th. Adam Ramsey 27th. Mike McCoy Sr. in 28th. Joseph Essenberg 29th. Dustin Griffiths was in 30th. Sean Kisser was in 31st. Justin Bell was in 32nd. Stephen Shannon was in 33rd. Scott Rush was in 34th. And 35th was me, but I didn't even get into the car. I stayed up in the booth where it was nice and safe, and I didn't put any scratches on my car tonight. All right, so that's it for us. I'll tell you what, we're going to Talladega next week. It's going to be a ton of fun. So we look forward to seeing everyone there. And yeah, everyone have a safe week. We'll see you at Talladega. Have a good week, everyone.